All right, it is 12:01, like I said. I think we will start. People can still join. First of all, welcome to our first sneak peek at Legartis 2026. Just for our existing customer base, we're really excited that you're joining and giving you some insights about our product and where we are heading, especially when it comes to customer success and our product. So first of all, I want to introduce our speakers, myself and Kat. Most of you probably know us. Kat is the head of product, and myself, I'm the head of customer success. We will mostly focus on the product, as this is the product you're working with, and Kat will give you more insights about that later. And I will start right away, but before I start, if you have questions, I see already there's an echo. Maybe, Kat, you can mute yourself. Maybe that helps.
Yes.
Thank you, Fabian, for pointing that out. We don't want to have an echo. I hope that helps now, that Kat is muting herself.
On my side, I hear well, so I don't have an echo. Maybe someone else can tell us in the chat if you also hear an echo. Oh, well, okay.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Fabian, but probably some technical issues on your side. Then I will continue. So on the bottom bar, you see an F&A section. You have the possibility to ask questions there. You can also use the chat if you want to, but it is really helpful to use the F&A section down below. And we will reserve some time in the end to answer those questions. And if we are running out of time, we will make sure to answer them and give you a summary via email with the recording as well. And before we dive into details, I want to emphasize that the information we're sharing today, specifically regarding the roadmap and the internal processes, is strictly confidential. We ask you to treat this as for your eyes only and refrain from sharing these slides or inside outside of this session as we continue to move through the development. So as we look at the roadmap ahead, we don't just see a series of tasks, we see a partnership. This path represents our commitment to working alongside you. It isn't just about the software, it's about how we stay connected and also connected to your goals. So let's start with the first milestone in customer success. The consistent communication. We know that in your world, surprises are rarely a good thing. So our goal is to eliminate the black box experience. Instead of hearing about the changes the day it happens, we are committing to a proactive transparency model. This means you'll receive context on updates while they're still in the oven, basically. We want to give your team the lead time you need and to prepare so that by the time an update goes live, it feels like a seamless transition rather than a disruption, I would say. As we move along the curve to our feedback loops, this is where the path becomes a two-way street. We often in situations where you submit a suggestion and it feels like it disappears into a void. So we are changing that. Our commitment is to follow up on every piece of input you provide us, whether we can implement it in a feature immediately or it needs to sit a long term on the roadmap. You will definitely hear from us. So your feedback is the primary data point that informs our development. Essentially, you're helping us steer the ship. And the third section is finally we reach education and connection. This is where we move from using the tool to mastering the craft. We don't just want you to know which buttons to click. We want you to understand the best practice that top performers in your industry are using. Through our dedicated check-ins and knowledge sharing sessions, we'll dive into the how-to and the what-if. This isn't just a support ticket relationship. It's a continuous learning loop where we stay aligned on your evolving needs. as I mentioned in milestone 1 about consistent communication, please keep in mind that this is still in progress. It's an active development as we refine these touch points for you. We are incredibly excited about these upcoming changes and look forward bringing this high level of collaboration to life very soon. But I don't want to bother you with customer success development, and we'll hand over to Kat, and she will introduce you a little bit more about our product.
Yes, and I hope those who had the echo problem have solved it. Christoph, I hope you too. Fabian is already with us, so a very warm welcome from my side as well. I'm really excited to be here, and well, I'm very excited because I'm very excited overall. We have a super ambitious year that we are quite confident about, and we really have a lot to offer. And so I want to start with going back a little bit into this year. And why? Because the big shift that we are working on at Legartis has started last year. So we've did a couple of things that maybe you even haven't noticed. And one of it was that we changed the whole AI core, basically the whole technology that is the backbone of our platform. We also introduced a new way to create product playbooks. And we started to rebuild our whole platform into a agentic workspace. And you will hear this a lot because this is going to be a theme of our 2026. And really, we have a very ambitious year that we are very excited about. So I don't want to spend a lot of time on this slide, but I wanted to give you, before deep diving a little bit more into each of the topics, I wanted to give you an overview. So there's a couple of areas that we will invest in, and the first is, as I already mentioned, we want to rework the two core products that we have, and that is the review process or the review add-in, as a lot of you know it, and then the contract playbook creation flow. And we want to turn it into a much more intuitive and powerful experience. And this is not just about the look and feel, but I will talk about it more. Also, we want to continuing this shift from being a review tool that you use Legartis for into a workspace. And the goal here is to become a workspace where you do all your daily activities. So build useful functionality that you need so you can go about your day, about the tasks that you have on your side in a much more efficient way. Afterwards, we will also focus on internal collaboration and understanding that the review really is just part of a much bigger flow, which is the negotiation. We are going to start facilitating also external negotiations. And last but not least, and this is really the big vision of ours, is to build a truly agentic CLM. And we will set some foundations for this, and I will also talk about this a little bit more. So before I start deep diving into each of these topics, what you will see is structured into these areas, but you will also always see a time indication. So is this something that we are already working on? Maybe is this something that we are going to work on next? Or is this something that comes later in the year? But also why we are here, as Elisa already mentioned, this is an iterative process. So if the roadmap went like I'm showing you now, then probably we are doing something wrong because the world evolves in an incredible pace. And we want to be super agile and adjust to this space and build what is really possible. Good. So I'm going to start with the review assistant that is turning into a review agent. So here you can see already some visualizations of what we are currently developing. So you should see a lot of these things in production very soon. Starting with predefined actions and overall turning the focus from a list which is very static into giving more flexibility. So we have received a lot of feedback, for example, on the correction functionality that it's just not good enough, or you want to adjust it a little bit, or you want something else. So now we are providing a full possibility to basically instruct the corrections, but instruct overall the agent to do changes in your contract. We are also introducing internal guidelines, risk management. About this, I will talk more. And you will, for example, also be able to apply all the changes in all the changes with a comment. So a lot of functionality or needs that we heard from a lot of you. One example also being, for example, what you saw here with the unusual findings. So even on top of the review, does the model see something unusual that is in your contract? So here it's a lot of things, but we will keep you updated as these things are coming, and this is really coming in the next few weeks. Another area I already touched upon, we are strengthening our risk management, and here introducing an general risk scoring. So acknowledging that if each of the requirements that you have a different importance, and then based on it, a contract has a different risk. And secondly, then we are also working on fallbacks that a lot of you have already also mentioned, and our corrections functionality will be able to provide more nuanced options that will help you in the negotiation. Again, something we are already working on. So first versions you should see in the next couple of weeks. The second area that I mentioned is the contract playbooks. So last year we built the first version, but if you know product development, you know the first version usually is good, but could be better. And this is how we learn. So we want to invest into this more with an improved playbook creation process. And in the first place, this is about the look and feel, but about the whole experience, so that it's intuitive. You know where to click. You get smarter answers. You can personalize your requirements more. But also we want to double down on complexity, so that the requirements that our agent is able to create are also can handle much more complexity, which is often a case for certain contract types. A very cool feature that I'm sure a lot of you who have tried and who have worked with the playbook creator is that we want to work on the annotation part, which as annotation, basically it's the alignment that you get between you and the requirement that the AI created, so that you can tell it how you really think. Because a model, imagine, as another lawyer, and you need to really tell it. Without it, it can't read your head. So we want to introduce a process where, as you review your contracts, this is giving feedback to our agent, and it incorporates it in the requirement and adjusts itself so that it is closer to how you think. So it should be a much more straightforward process on your side. Here we are introducing a possibility to create playbooks in any language. So now we have the English, French, and German, but from now on you will be able to create other language playbooks as well. And we will also double down on best practice requirements, so that you have a wide set to start with already, and then adjust it to your needs. Um, Area number 3. So, as I mentioned, our goal is to be more useful to you. We know that the review is a very important part of your work, but it's not all. So there's a much more. And with this, we are going to introduce a workspace agent, which will be a chat interface that will help you with any other everyday task with predefined skills that you do in your daily life. So first version of this is also coming as the next thing. So imagine comparing documents, drafting emails, easy contract drafting, anything that you need to do besides or as part of the review process. And here we want to ask for your help. And Elisa is going to activate our first poll, and we would love to hear your opinions, what you really find important as your daily activity. So what is it that you do besides the review process and you would like our agent to handle? Now you should already see the poll. And we don't yet see questions, so please tell us in the chat if you don't see it or if you are not able to answer. Oh, we are seeing first answers. Fantastic. Waiting a little bit for more answers. Nice. It's pretty broad so far. The answers of this is something that we are going to now practically implement last week, because we are going to define what the first predefined actions will be. So where we will create a skill for you to use.
We're giving 10 more seconds.
Yeah. Right. Thank you very much. You can still give us feedback, more feedback for Elisa. And this really already helps a lot. Cool. So let me continue. Yes. So another part, very important part that you maybe already heard about MCP, which is a protocol through which different applications of large language models can talk to each other. So basically, it's a way how two systems can talk to each other. And we think that currently is the time when you can achieve your dream workflow. So there is no vendor lock-in anymore. We really believe that you should use the best of the system or of the software that you want to use for a particular case, and you are able to connect them through this MCP and exchange information between them. So we are currently building our own MCP, that you will be able to use. But also, on the other hand, as part of our workspace agent, we want you to build any other MCP or any other connector from any other software that you use that you want our agent to use information from. So here I know this is a little bit technical and maybe a lot of you don't really know what I'm talking about. But we will make it clear once we enable this for you to also explain exactly and give you more guidance in to see all the possibilities that you will be able to achieve thanks to this. And here comes poll number 2. Because we would like to know what are the different tools that you already use internally, and you can imagine that you would want to connect with our Legartis workspace, and so that we can then enable those first. Answers are coming in. So really just imagine what are the tools, what's the software that you use in your daily life. Mhm. Very nice. Answers are coming in. So far, it looks it's quite diverse, but we already have some winners showing themselves. Let's wait for a little bit more. Elisa, you are in the master of time, so
10 more seconds.
10 more seconds, okay? Very nice. Everybody can now see the results, right? Cool. Very good. We will also take this into account when we build this feature. Good. So let us continue. Something that I hope and believe that a lot of you will be excited to hear about, but we also strongly believe that an AI is only good if it learns in the end. So if it's not able to adjust to what you talk to it about, if it's not able to derive learnings from you, then it's not able to achieve that threshold of value that we want to achieve. So here we see a number of use cases. Is it on the company level? Is it on your individual user level? The tone of voice, the type of questions you ask it, or is it learnings about your playbooks in itself, where you create playbooks? These are all different use cases that we will want to work on, so that you feel that it's getting better and better, more adjusted to, more tuned to you with usage. And here, just to mention again what I already said, so one of the first use cases will be to ease that process of the playbook creation, where you tune the results of the AI with annotating a test set. where we want to introduce another way how it will learn from how you review your contracts. So if I feel like this was not a very good answer, the feedback will be incorporated in that particular requirement, and it will be re-prompted, readjusted, optimized so that it gives a better answer next time. And one next area we are in conversations with a number of legal publishers, and as I already saw in the poll that you would be interested in more research, legal research functionality. Here I will also ask you to please get in touch with Elisa when you know that you would like to use a certain legal publisher, because we would like to integrate it, and we are waiting for concrete use cases in doing so. Another area which is around collaboration and negotiation, and here realizing that a contract review in itself, it's a teamwork, and as I already mentioned, it's part of a bigger negotiation. So in the first place, we are going to focus on your team and streamline the collaboration on one contract, which can happen in multiple ways. Either you can ask a colleague from a different department when you need his help in a particular contract, or it can be defining specific workflows that you know already at the beginning that this is my workflow to get to a final contract. So we are going to work on this as well. And here comes poll number 3, because we would like to understand more what your particular use cases are, or what you would like to see from us covering soon. So what is the workflow that you would most need for your team? You can also write us in a Zoom chat if there are any other thoughts you have. This all helps us very much. Mhm. Mhm. I'm already seeing the results. You don't, but there are already some winners right now. The approval workflow seems to be winning. So if you're interested in something else, then vote. Mhm.
We're giving it 10 more seconds.
Mhm. I love your 10 seconds.
The 10-second rule.
Yes, the 10-second rule. Mhm. So now everybody can see the results. So we have a lot of approval workflows, which is a clear winner. And then the conditional routing and also the negotiation workflow. Very nice. Thank you very much. And this brings me to the next topic, and this is something I am specifically very excited about. So we will get more into the negotiation space at the beginning, introducing a possibility that you can share the contract directly in the platform with your counterpart. And basically making sure or getting to a space where everything happens there. You get the answer. You don't need to go through 10,000 emails, but you have everything there, nicely versioned and organized, and you see the whole progress of the negotiation, which will ease that whole process and help you come to the final result. Good. Now, getting to our last area, which is starting to build a true agentic CLM. So there's a difference between existing CLM systems that are based on some older technologies and the way how if you natively build a CLM or CLM functionalities with the agentic capabilities, it's a totally next level experience. And this is what we want to do. This year, we want to start with organizing with the contracts, so more like repository-like features. So you can store your contracts. You can the versioning is feels smart, so you don't have a lot of manual work there just to tell your provider that okay, these two things are related together or not. And introducing some basic lifecycle management and leading also to a signing that would be possible through Legartis. Here you also see a first screenshot of our from our discovery. Then we already have a functionality where you can analyze a lot of contracts. So if you want to derive any insights from those contracts, this is already possible in our platform. So if you have any use case, please talk to Elisa. Well, we are going to double down on this in the second half of the year. With the possibility to ask a selected set of your contracts in plain language and extract information that you are looking for, and so achieve insights or create some reports that you always want to see. So this will also be possible in the platform. And last but not least, we want to help you also with the drafting. Right now, this is we are aiming more towards the end of the year. But again, you can help us, and maybe that's the number one problem that you are struggling with. But we also want to facilitate this part of the whole process, as I said, more in the next second half of the year right now. And so this was the last item I wanted to mention, and brings us to the last poll. So our promise was that you can influence our roadmap, and you can. So I would like to ask you to vote for the three areas out of all of these that we showed you, which make your hearts beat. So you would really love to see them in the platform. If is something else than what we haven't shown, then please you can also write in the chat, and we will take that into consideration. To come here, there is another overview, so I can remind you a little bit about what we were showing. I know there's a lot of options, so it probably takes a few seconds to read through them. I already see some results. So far, it's still pretty diverse. So far, the easier playbook creation, the contract rescoring and fallbacks are winning together with, well, now we have a very, very diverse results. So now we have also in the integrations, legal publishers, and the tabular review.
Ten-second rule.
All right, so you can now see the results. This is how it looks. As I said, pretty diverse. but I think we are on the right track. Thank you very much. So from my side, this is the thank you before we start a Q&A. And one last remark. We really want to involve you more in the process. So now we have started, and some of you we already talked to about certain features or functionalities that we are currently working on. We want to do this more. So in the email that Elisa will send you after this session, there will be a possibility to sign up to our ambassador program, which is a way how you can always be informed if there's an area we are currently working on and we have something to share. And if that topic is relevant for you, then you can sign up and have a short call with us, and we will show you how we currently think, and then you can give us feedback. So it really works for you if you are interested in that particular area. So I will be very happy if you sign up and help us, because in the end it helps you as well. So let's work on this together.
I
And
You enjoyed your little lunch break with us, and we're really happy that you joined. We had a lot of more customers signing up for this webinar but couldn't join. That's always worth doing, because we're sending the recording to everybody who signed up but wasn't able to join. So if we do that in the future, just keep that in mind. And I would say we have a little more time for questions if there are any. I don't see any questions yet that came in during the webinar, but maybe you have a question, then you can plug that in the webinar chat or the F&A section down below in the bar.
no questions. Please, really, it can be anything.
Then I would say we don't drag it any longer. If you would have some questions and they come to your mind right after the webinar, that always happens to me, for example, then you can always reach out to us via email and we will consider your question and answer it, of course. And other than that, I wish you a happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining, and see you next time.
Thank you very much. And yes, please come back to us if there's anything that you liked or you would like to understand more. We are more than happy to receive any thoughts from your side. Thank you.